Welcome back, guys. Well, things are getting wild down here in the Southwest Florida housing market. We just had, in some areas, the strongest listing month in over 10 years in the area. And some locations have now seen prices fall back to 2021 levels on single-family homes. Kind of crazy. We're going to go through all that today. Going to cover Charlotte and Sarasota County. And, I mean, the question has been, what's going on while we're seeing a huge uptick in sales? So I pulled all the MLS data for the month of September, still waiting on the Florida realtors. I don't know why they're dragging their feet. Don't have it yet. But I went to the MLS to see what is going on. And in Charlotte County, closed sales are up 20% year over year. In Sarasota County, they're up 22%. So this confirms what I've been seeing on the ground. And I've been telling people I've been seeing on the ground. Buyers coming out full force, a lot of activity, a lot of purchasing activity. Now, because of the inventory levels, that's going to mean two very different things for Charlotte and for Sarasota. Charlotte County has just put up 15% more new listings than they did the previous September. That means 15% more stuff not on market, coming to market. Now, we do have Helene in there last year. We had Hurricane Helene, which kind of muddies the waters a little bit. But a 15% increase in new listings tells me that a lot of people who are looking to sell in 26, like I suspect, are getting out in front of that now. They want to get out before the prime competition of selling season, which is January through basically May here. So people have come to market preemptively that generally would not have. Now, I don't know if that's going to pull demand forward. I mean, buyers are here, so now there's more stuff to look at for them. But right now we're sitting at 7 months of inventory in Charlotte County, which is not drastic. It was 11 months back in February. It was 8 last September. So, you know, they'll tell you 6 is a balanced market. It's hard for me to rectify that when we have over 3,300 homes on the market here currently as well. Again, guys, not condos, not mobile homes, nothing, just single family homes. We have 3,300. And in 2021, it was only 908. So it's actually down. It was over 4,000 for a pretty good clip this year for the majority of selling season. So that's why I also wonder, we're going to always have our highest inventory during January through May, right? Right? If history would dictate, yes, that's and what I've seen, absolutely. But I am left wondering how this preemptive listing is going to affect that. And if it doesn't affect that, we're going to be back at pretty high months of inventory again. So to see the median sales price in Charlotte County be $307,000 in September, and then see that it was $330,000 in September of 2021, that kind of blew me away. We have hit 2021 pricing here in Charlotte County. That's wild. And a lot of people said it wouldn't happen. It was impossible. And quite honestly, that's nominal dollars. But if you consider your purchasing power, that has been eroded due to inflation. The price declines are much, much worse if you look at them that way, because $300,000, what that can buy you now compared to what it used to buy you is vastly different. So I think we're probably one of the only places in the country, you know, to see that happen. And again, it's all because of this massive influx of inventory. So while we are seeing in Charlotte and Sarasota sales really, I would say skyrocket. If I saw a 20% drop or a 22% drop on home prices, I'd say they were diving. So if I see home sales, closed sales increase that much, I'm going to have to say that they're skyrocketing. But in Charlotte specifically, there's just too much still coming on the market. There's too much still being listed, and we're just right around in season that I don't think it's going to make a discernible difference. I mean, maybe stagnation, maybe prices will stagnate if we don't get a ton of listings in season, but it's just too many people are still trying to sell, even though we've had a pretty big influx of buyers. So that's what's causing prices to go back to 2021 levels. I don't know if they'll get to 2020. I mean, the median sales price in 2020 was $250,000. Now, we're not far away. We're at 307, but that would have to be, I mean, we're talking, God, another 20% down. And I know some of you are going to be like, absolutely, it's coming, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. You want to hold my papers for me? You want to help? You want to contribute to this? What are we doing out here? We're always dragging you out to shoot videos. I'm sorry. I know. I'm annoying. So 900 homes listed in Charlotte County in 2021. Now we have over 3,300. What is Sarasota doing? Well, they've got over 4,100 homes currently listed. Again, just homes, guys. And that's a much bigger county, more populated. So it's not as drastic as it is hearing it here. But their median sale price for September was $400,000 flat. According to the MLS, in 2021, it was $393,000. So they're not quite there, but they're knocking on the door. It's pretty close. You know, last year, it was $415,000. So we had a $15,000 decline, and we are creeping up on 2021 numbers for Sarasota as well. For clarity, in 2020, it was only $300,000. So it's still up $100,000 from where it was technically pre-pandemic. And that's where I say, like, you've got to lose a lot more to get back there. I know people think it's possible. I'm just not sure about it at this point. Sales up 22% in the county year over year. Now, with that being said, Sarasota only has 6 months of inventory according to the MLS, which is going to show quite a bit lower probably on the Florida Realtors because they measure things differently, and I've gone into that before. But yeah, things are close. They're not super far away from Charlotte County. It's pretty close right now. They might be in the same boat in the next couple of months, though a strong uptick in sales in both counties. Like I said, who knows? People ask me, well, why is Sarasota doing better than Charlotte? And honestly, I think it's the sellers. I think, and the amenities, guys. You got to understand, you know, Charlotte County gets, a lot of these houses get priced like they're in Sarasota, and they're not. And unfortunately, no matter any way you slice it, we don't have St. Armand's Circle down here. We don't have the Moat Marine Aquarium down here. We don't have UTC, the mall. You know what? You're going to pay a premium if you want to live near that stuff. So you want to drive an hour? It should be cheaper. But some sellers haven't got the memo that, oh, we're an hour outside of Fort Myers and Sarasota. Prices should adjust accordingly. And that is why we're seeing a massive discrepancy. But Sarasota, getting very close. Getting very, very close. And I'm walking through Punta Gorda Isles here today. Looks like we got another house here for sale on the corner. Maybe I'll poke in and see what's going on with this one. But nice neighborhood down here. Okay, what do we got here? 1.85 million. All right, 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,900 square feet. Massive house built in 2000. Ooh, 472 a square foot. Okay, oversized lot. Let's take a peek. Nice metal roof. I like the architecture outside on this thing. Wow, that's a nice pool area. That's very luxurious, I'd call it. So you got a couple of entryways here too. A little tight on the side of the pool. Ooh, okay, that picture's tough because it looks nice and it is nice and big here, but from this angle, that's a little rough. Okay, what do we got here? Kitchen? No, I don't. These are master, bath, bed. I don't know. Where am I going? I'm lost. I'm lost in the photos. Laundry room? Okay, living area. We can settle on that this is the living area, probably. Wow, this thing is huge. Nice floor. Oh, okay. That's it's interesting sink. Maybe not for everybody. A lot of different kind of flooring here. What is this? A wine room? Man, this is a little hard to follow. Room, bathroom. This is a guest suite, bath. I don't know. This looks like it goes out to the pool. Hurricane protection, and then we're back here. Okay. The house looks cool. I just can't tell where I am. There's no flow. Maybe I'm uncultured. I don't know what this is. Is this a wine cellar? Is this a walk-in closet? Okay. I feel bad. I'm lost. Aquarium glass. Okay, the pool's back out there. Here we go. This is certainly a kitchen. Nice. Nicely done. You do not see that every day. So is that a different color? Okay, that's a different color. A lot of stuff going on. Where is this? Okay. Laundry room. We're bottom stairs, upstairs. I think we've been upstairs before. We're back upstairs. I don't know. I mean, this is a massive house. Wow, look at that. What a view. When they say $1 million views, there you go. Multiple canals converging right there. Up on the top floor. This house, it's a little confusing, but I think if you were to walk it, it would be really cool. And then the pool's kind of just right in here. Okay. Yeah, so you have like a guest cabana house here. That is pretty nice. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're in a really good location on the canal. I'll give them that. $1,850,000. We had a $100,000 price cut recently here at the beginning of October. Oof, 297 days on the market. That is tough. 408. Now it's in a great spot. You're gonna, again, southwest facing, but I mean, I think the market has kind of stepped in and spoken with almost a year on the market here. What did we start at? One owner, it looks like. They bought the land for $200K in 98, $2.3 million. So we are down almost $500,000 here at this point. Bold move. Price increase, 10K. Bold move. Interesting. Same day. Ooh, that's weird. Oh, fat fingered it again, I guess. I don't know, guys. What do you think of this house at $1.8 million? Let me know in the comments. You guys know I'm not going to walk through Punta Gorda Isles and not give you their numbers for September. They're pretty bad. Surprisingly bad still. And again, probably fueling a large portion of these price declines in Charlotte County as a whole. So this is going to also come from the MLS. It's from Coldwell Banker's proprietary software. I just pulled it for ease of use. But unfortunately, for the 33950 zip code, which encompasses much of Punta Gorda Isles and some areas outside of it, listings are up. New listings, that means listings that hit the market this September, are up 72% compared to last September. So this is the rush that I'm noticing. Charlotte County on a whole was only up 15%, but this zip code is up 72%. That is 76 new listings here for the month of September. Woo! Average price per square foot down 22% year over year. And this will kind of illustrate the price disconnect that I'm talking about. The average listing price is down 5.2% year over year, but it is sitting at $660,000. Yet the average selling price is $509,000. And it looks exactly the same for the median stats. The median sales price for this zip code, list price, is $669, and the median sales price is $459. Even worse. So that should show you what a massive discrepancy there is between listing prices, what people expect homes to go for, and what they actually sell for. We did have 2 hurricanes here last year. I'm sure that helped. But at the end of the day, it just seems like the pricing is way out of whack, and too many people, unfortunately, are still stuck in, I want to say 21, 22 pricing, but they actually might be getting close if they're in 21 on some of these homes. This is absolute madness down here. And now some of these houses, I mean, like the one I'm walking by, yeah, it's going to command a high price tag. Is it going to command what it did 3 years ago? Probably not, but they're not going to be cheap. You're not going to steal that. I get it. So it's really shocking to me to see numbers like this. Average days on market up 50% year over year. Craziness, because last year was a pretty bad year for real estate. So to see numbers continuously increase like that blows my mind. With that being said, number of sales up 40%. So that is, and that's the hard part to wrap your head around all this, is we have massive price declines. We have massive inventory booms. And we're getting a lot of buyers. Like, people are seeing this apparently and going, oh, I'm taking advantage of this. Whether they're catching a falling knife, or you think it's the bottom. I mean, it's enough of a price movement in areas like this to spur a lot of buyer activity. 40% increase in sales is insane, guys. That's insane. That's COVID numbers. Like, you would see that year over year during the pandemic. Not now. Not now. So, like I said, whether it's Sarasota, whether it's Charlotte, whether it's a subset like Punta Gorda here, they still have to chew through a lot of inventory. I think Sarasota can get through that quicker, but it's all going to depend on how many people pile in January and February. Because I think at this point, nationally, especially here, everybody knows that the jig is up. That, okay, holding on to those prices coming back from 3 years ago, unless they're dropping down near there, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. 22 pricing may not be something we see for decades again. And the realization is setting in, which is causing a lot of people to list, albeit still ridiculously high in some cases. But like I told you guys, I've been in multiple offer situations here. Things priced right move very, very quickly because the buyer demand's here. It just has to be at the right price. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us today here. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, maybe. Tell them, hey, subscribe. Good job. Good job, buddy. Okay, we're going.